Now we look ahead to what, for many people, is the highlight of Royal Ascot Week, the Gold Cup. And we do so in the shadow of four-time Gold Cup winner Yates, who was trained by Aidan O'Brien, and Aidan O'Brien is represented by last year's winner, Fame and Glory.
You need stamina and you need class, and in terms of his previous record over shorter trips, he's got class, and he proved last year he's got stamina. That was the doubt going into it. He's undoubtedly the horse to beat. Having started his career this season with a win, he's the one they've got to beat. But it's a pretty decent field, I think.
Sadler's Rock has long been thought of as an Ascot Gold Cup horse, and he's trained in Ireland by John Ox.
He won at Doncaster. He beat Opinion Pole, and he beat him well. He stays well, but he's got a good turn of foot. When you shake him up and give him a crack with the whip, he seems to find a lot. He races lazily, conserves his energy, which is what you need for cup races. He just lobs along, doesn't pull, very relaxed off the bridle, and then produces, as I say, a good turn of foot at the end. So that's a rare quality, I suppose, in the horses that stay extreme distances. Very often they're a bit one-paced, you know.
Well, at the end of last year, there were a number of people saying that after his Doncaster Cup win, this is a horse that's marked down for the Gold Cup.
Certainly what I felt, Rishi, I thought he looked at an absolute embryo Gold Cup the way he won. 2 mile 2, he was never going better than the final furlong. Things haven't gone to plan. He was meant to be seen a month or so ago and he had a slight setback, but he did reappear very recently, and I thought it was a really good reappearance. Over a trip too short and on ground definitely too soft.
Colour Vision is a horse that a lot of people thought would be a Gold Cup horse after he won at Kempton on his reappearance in this country. I'm slightly dubious about him staying 2.5 miles. His sire, Rainbow Quest, trawling through the best horses he ever had. They got 2 miles, but they didn't get further.
I take a slightly different view. I think he probably will stay. I'm sure he stays 2 mile 2 furlong. It's only an extra 2 furlongs. And I thought that he wasn't placed to best effect when third in the long distance cup. It was a race that was dominated by horses that were more prominently positioned than he was. So I think there's more to come from him.
There are not many horses over staying trips that are as consistent as Opinion Pole. And a new season, same old Opinion Pole. He's just there doing his job.
He might even be slightly better Opinion Pole the way he won at Sandown last time out. He's a really likeable, reliable, genuine horse who seems actually to go on all ground now. We used to think he wanted soft ground. Trouble is, in the very, very top company, he's always come up just short.
Memphis, Tennessee looks like he's getting better, and it also looks like he's getting better the further he goes.
Well, he's got the class. He's run really well in the Derby and the Irish Derby last year. Has he got the stamina? We don't know, but when he won over 13 furlongs at Chester back in May, he was never going better than he was at the finish. If he stays, he's an interesting runner. I say, he has got the class.
Luca Kamani's Ibichenko ran a really good race behind Opinion Pole at Sandown. I think you were pretty impressed.
I was, mainly because there was a point about 1.5 furlongs out there I thought, you're going to finish 5th or 6th, and actually he rallied and finished 2nd. I think 2.5 miles is really going to suit him. I think he's going to fly slightly under the radar. He's going to be far too big a price, and he's likely to make the frame.
There are a few horses in the Gold Cup that would have the following of Overturn. It's a horse that anyone who likes racing will fall in love with.
Absolutely, a horse anyone would love to own, a horse that's fantastic to follow, good enough to be 2nd in a champion hurdle, good enough to win a Chester Cup and run really well in the Chester Cup this year. The presence of him in the race means that the Gold Cup will be conducted at a strong pace. I think he'll go out there in front, try his very hardest as he always does, and not quite be good enough.
Luca Kamani's Ibichenko ran a really good race behind Opinion Pole at Sandown. I think you were pretty impressed.
I was, mainly because there was a point about 1.5 furlongs out there I thought, you're going to finish 5th or 6th, and actually he rallied and finished 2nd. I think 2.5 miles is really going to suit him. I think he's going to fly slightly under the radar. He's going to be far too big a price, and he's likely to make the frame.
I think an Irish trained horse will win the Gold Cup, but it won't be one trained by Aidan O'Brien. I think it'll be one trained by John Ox, Sadler's Rock.
I'm looking at this race from an each-way angle, and I think that Ibichenko is going to be way overpriced for a horse that is likely to stay a specialist trip.
Ever since I saw Sadler's Rock win the Doncaster Cup last season, I thought there's a Gold Cup winner.